Most people approach the Bible as a record of the past, a history book of dusty roads and ancient miracles. But what if it is actually a technical manual for your own consciousness, written in the language of symbols? You have likely felt this frustration. You hear a profound truth, you feel a spark of hope, and you think, this is it. This is the insight that will change my life. And then nothing happens. The spark fades, the old habits return, and your life remains exactly as it was. Why does truth seem to work for some and fail for others? The answer isn't in the truth itself, it is in the receiver. In this series, we are decoding the secret teachings of the parables, beginning with one of the most vital keys to spiritual growth, the parable of the sower. Today, we reveal why the most powerful seeds of potential often fail to grow in your life, and we identify the one shift in being that changes your harvest forever. In the literal story, a sower drops seeds on four types of ground: the wayside, the stony ground, the thorns, and the good soil. Metaphysically, this is not a story about farming. It is a map of your internal landscape. You are the sower, you are the seed, and most importantly, you are the field. Consider the wayside. These are the seeds that fall on the hard path and are immediately eaten by birds. Metaphysically, the wayside represents a mind hardened by cynicism, tradition, and old identities. It is a state of being that says, I already know this, or that's not how the world works. When your mind is a hard path, new possibilities cannot even break the surface. They are snatched away by your own intellectual birds of doubt before they can even be considered. Then we have the stony ground. This is the enthusiast. You hear a new idea and receive it with joy, but because there is no depth of earth, the sun of daily life scorches the sprout. This represents the person who lives on the surface of emotion but refuses to do the deep ontological work of changing their fundamental stance toward life. Without depth, your inspiration has no shelf life. Perhaps the most dangerous soil in our modern world is the thorns. Jesus identifies these thorns as the cares of the world and the lure of wealth. Metaphysically, these are not external things, they are internal distractions. They are the constant mental chatter of the ego, the anxiety about tomorrow, the obsession with status, and the busyness that we use to avoid facing ourselves. The seed of a divine idea requires space to grow, but you cannot grow a divine life in a crowded mind. If your internal field is choked with the thorns of what if and if only, the seed of your potential will be strangled. It's not that the seed lacks power, it's that the thorns are consuming all the nutrients of your attention. To move forward, we must stop trying to grow the seed and start clearing the thorns. This requires a shift from doing to being, an ontological transition where you recognize that your primary job is to prepare the soil. This brings us to a moment of stillness. In my work, I use a method of inquiry designed to draw wisdom out of you rather than pushing information into you. This is the way of the biblical sage. Look at the results of your life over the last year. These results are not rewards or punishments, they are simply feedback about the current state of your soil. If the harvest is thin, the soil is likely hard or crowded. Ask yourself, who am I being as I encounter new truth? Am I the wayside, listening with a closed heart? Am I the stony ground, seeking a temporary high without deep commitment? Or am I ready to become the good soil, a state of open, undefended awareness where a divine idea can finally take root and rewrite my very identity? Becoming the good soil means you no longer fight the world. You simply cultivate a state of receptivity so profound that the truth cannot help but grow through you. This journey from wayside to good soil is a daily practice. Because I know how difficult it is to clear the thorns alone, I have created a contemplative companion called the Biblical Sage. It is a tool designed to help you generate your own sage scrolls, personalized reflections that mirror your inner state, and help you integrate these metaphysical truths into your daily life. If you feel called to go deeper, I invite you to visit metaphysicalbiblejourney.com. There you can begin a 3-day trial of the biblical sage and explore a full free course from our living library of light. The seed is in your hand, the field is before you. May you find the courage to soften the ground.